Okay, good day class. Our topic will be constants and escape sequence. So, ano nga ba yung constants? Ang constants ay yung mga values na hindi na nagbabago during the program execution because you already assigned a value to it. Now, they can be type integer, character, or floating point. To declare a constant, now we can use the keyword const. So, let us try muna na walang const. So, let's have a review. Now, before you start coding, make sure na kompleto itong mga lines na to. So, we have include IOString using namespace std, int main, then the bracket, the opening and closing bracket, and the return 0. So, kung wala ka naman munang i-display na value, so pwedeng wala munang cout. Now, in this case, now we will be using constants. For example, yan. So, naglagay ako ng data type. 10 days of the week. So, this is the name of my variable. No? Pwedeng hindi ako maglagay ng value. But, since we are talking about constants, we can already assign a value to this variable. For example, days of the week, we have 7. So, automatic, pag kinall natin yung days of the week, meron siyang ilalabas na value na 7. So, meron tayong tinatawag na literal constants. Literal constants are values that are directly typed or nakalagay na siya into your source code na whenever it is needed. Sa code pa lang, nandun na yung mga values ng variable and it cannot be changed, especially when you declare this as const. So, meron tayong 4. Now, we have floating point constants, integer constants, character constants, and string constants. So, let us try using the floating point constants. Yan. Floating point constants. So, automatic, no? Ang data type na gagamitin natin is float or yung data type na nag-accept ng decimal numbers and exponents also. No? Kasi kapag floating point constants, no, we can assign decimal numbers or scientific notation into a variable. No, saan ba natin ginagamit yung scientific notation? Scientific notation ay ginagamit natin, no, kung natatandaan nyo before sa science, kapag mag-display tayo ng very large numbers, no, na maraming zeros, no, but actually, there are a few significant numbers lang naman na dapat i-display. So, ang ginagawa natin, pinapaikli natin yung number, no? Kino-convert natin yung mga zeros na madami into exponents na lang, no? So, let us try muna for decimal numbers. For example, we have float num1. So, this is my variable. Then, mag-assign ako ng value for num1. For example, 145.325. Yan. So, may value na si num1. So, this is an example of floating point na decimal numbers. Yan. So, let us try using scientific notation. No. Second num or num2 is equal to 1.25 yan, times 10 raised to the power of 20, for example. No, so, kapag merong e na yan, no, automatic, naka times 10 raised to the power of the next number, 20. So, meaning, we have 125 plus, yan, mayroong additional na 20 na zeros. So, ibig sabihin, large number siya. No? So, this is an example of scientific notation, written in scientific notation. Yan. So, we already have the floating point literal constants. Floating point literal constants. Then let us proceed with the integer constants. Integer constants. So when we say integer, ito yung mga values or integer or variable na nag-hold ng whole numbers. But when we say whole numbers, hindi lang naman decimal numbers. No? Kaya niya rin mag-hold ng octal values and at the same time, kaya niya mag-hold ng hexadecimal values. So let's take an example. In num3. Int num3, 25. So this is a decimal number. Decimal number siya. Pero meron pang isa. Int num4. Halimbawa, gagamit tayo ng octal numbers. So, halimbawa, ito namang mga octal numbers ay base 8 number siya. No? Para masabi nating octal number yung isang constant, merong 0 sa unahan. Now, you have to add 0 sa unahan, then you can display value. 076 doesn't mean it is 76. Now, because it is octal number, meron siyang different value. Octal number. Then last one, yan. For integer constants, we have hexadecimal numbers. So, kung ang octal number ay base 8 numbers, sa hexadecimal naman, we have base 16 numbers. So, ito yung mga numbers na combination na siya from 0 to 9 and then may mapapansin kayong letters 10 nakasama. Now, that is hexadecimal number. For example, F, 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 0, 0. Yan. So, this is a hexadecimal number. But, hindi siya mababasa ng compiler natin kapag hindi ka naglagay ng 0x. No? Itong 0x na to, no? Yung dinadagdag para ma-recognize ng compiler na ito palang number na to ay hexadecimal numbers para hindi ka rin magka-error. So, this is a hexadecimal numbers. Ayan. Then, let us try to add character constants and string constants. So, kapag character naman, char letter, so this is your data type, this is the name of the variable, then you will assign a value to the variable letter. A. Yan. So, meron ng value yung variable letter mo. So, this is a character constant naman. And then, kapag gumamit ka na ng multiple letters or maraming letters na, you can use string. String name. So, this is the string and then your variable name. And then, the difference between the character and string is kapag character, you can use single quotation mark. But when we say string, you should add double quotation mark. Okay? For example, your name is Juan de la Cruz. Ayan. So, marirecognize nyo yun kasi naka-enclose siya with double quotation. So, this is a string constant. Ayan. So, yan yung mga example natin kung paano tayo gagamit ng mga constant. No? So, we have floating point constants, we have integer constants, we have character constants, and we have string constants. So, that's it for this video. I hope you learned. So, thank you.